28 reasons why you should consider the Mi 11 Ultra in 2022. Now, of course, you had S22 Ultra. Samsung got their new flip phone out, got their new fold out. iPhones get ready to bring out their new phone. Of course, Google's about to bring out their new phone. So you're going to have some more choices if you're the type of person that has to have the latest and the greatest. I don't. Honestly, it's about value for me and what I'm getting and the price. I'm just not paying these ridiculous prices for these devices anymore. Not doing it because all you have to do is be patient and wait, and you can get what you want for half the price or even more than half the price of the device when it first, gets released. Now, this phone was close to $1,400, if not $1,400, when you add in the tax and the shipping and all that. This phone was very expensive when it was released. Now, I'm told from people that come on and, say things in the comments, $600 for this phone right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, honestly, this is not a $600 phone. I'm being honest. Now, when it just comes to overall quality and what you're getting, this is really a $1,000 phone. Now, I'm not telling you should go out and pay $1,000 for any phone, but this is one of them phones that's actually worth $1,000 if you were to pay it. If they were asking you for that price, this phone is actually worth $1,000 because of all that it provides and gives you and the value you get with this device. And I'm gonna give you 28 reasons why you may want to consider this device. Now, keep in mind, it's not unlocked for all carriers. It's only going to work probably Mint Mobile, T-Mobile on their networks. That's all the information I was able to find. I don't know if you'll get 5G support or not. Now, 5G is not a big deal for me. I don't need it. It's just not a big deal for me. I ain't speaking for everybody. I'm just speaking for me. I don't need 5G. I'm cool with 4G. I'm fine with that. Don't have to have all the bands in the world. I guess because I have other options. So it's not a big deal for me, but it may not be, it's probably not going to be fully supported like that of Samsung devices or maybe Pixel device, devices that, are made for North America. So keep that in mind. All right. Okay. So first thing, this is a flagship device in every sense of the word. No doubt about it. Flagship device. Top notch, premium in every way. I'm telling you. Now, also, it is a GSM only device. So if you do have Verizon or Sprint, it's not going to work at all. Okay, just keep that in mind. Next, when it comes to build quality, you got Gorilla Glass Victus on the front, and you have a ceramic back. Now, it feels super premium when you hold this in your hand without a case. Now, I can't do it without a case because the phone is super slippery. It just is. It's really, really slippery because it has a glossy back. But it feels good. It has a nice thickness to it. It has a nice weight to it. If you're a type of person that likes, that's not really into super thin phones and super light phones. I don't like thin phones and I don't like super light phones. I like phones with some kind of heft to it. So I love every time I pick this up, it feels just premium. It feels manly. I just love that feeling. All right. So when it comes to build quality, that's definitely a reason why you may want to consider this phone. I have no scratches on this device at all. No micro scratches, none of any kind. It's held up well, even, being in my pocket with keys. No scratches whatsoever. No damage. I don't drop my phone. I really don't. That's why I keep cases on them, but I don't drop my devices. So I don't do that. Now, next thing is button placement. Now, when it comes to button placement, it is excellent. All the buttons on the right. You got your power and your volume rockers. Very easy to get to, nice and low. No hand gymnastics trying to stretch like, with the Pixel. Power button is way, power button is way up here and the volume rockers are underneath. Just stupid button placement. Button placement on this is excellent, especially if you're a right-hander. Now, if you're a left-hander, you may not like it because, you're left-handed and everything's on the right. But for those of you that are right-handed, you're going to love the button placement on this device. It's excellent. Next is the face unlock. The face unlock is excellent. I mean, it works every time. I mean, no problems at all. Hold on a second. I don't know. This thing is acting crazy. All right. Now I can't. Let me see if I can show you the face unlock. Do I have it on? Okay, you can see it. Super fast face unlock. You can see how accurate that is, and that's behind the camera. Samsung can't even catch my face when I'm behind the camera. So the face unlock on here is excellent. Now, next, you got your fingerprint sensor. Now it's optical, but you get a nice animation and you get, what do you call that? You get haptic feedback, which is a little bit of vibration. See that nice animation? Now, it's not the fastest fingerprint sensor in the world, but what I like about it, you get an animation. You can change the animations that you have. Go into the settings. Let me show you that real quick. So this video may be a little longer than normal because it's one thing to tell you these things. It's another thing to actually show you when it comes to certain things. Let me see. Always on display. Notification. Now, okay, let me show you notification effects really quick. See that? These are different notification effects. If you get a notification, that's what you'll see. That's one of them. This is one, and you get a red one. You get a blue one. And that's all. I picked this one because it's very animated. I like that. All right, let me see. Raise to wake. You got raise to wake. Double tap to wake or sleep the screen. Let me see. Yeah, sometimes I have a hard time finding stuff because of the way they have this their phone set up. So bear with me. Be patient with me for a sec. Let me see. It's not in this section. So maybe it's in display. I want to show you the different choices. See, it just needs that's the reason why I like Samsung's UI a little better, because it's more organized. They kind of have stuff all over the place when it comes to this. Let me see. There we go. Let's see. Now I can't seem to locate it. I thought it would be here in fingerprints, because this is a fingerprint. Let me see. Maybe that's where it's at. Okay, I'm sorry, I found it. So fingerprint animation. That's the one I'm using currently. You can use this one. You can use that one. And you can use this one. This one is my favorite because it's so animated. So I like that you could change up. You got 4 different fingerprint animations. Now with Samsung, of course, you don't get none of these. You don't get no choices at all. It's always the same boring, bland animation. And the thing I like about this, you get that haptic feedback with it. So that's cool. I like that. All right. Now I just talked about the notification animation effect. I just showed you that. Next thing is the always on display. Always on display is nice. I currently use this one. This is my favorite one that I use all the time. You can, now to me, Samsung's is still better, but this one is pretty good. You can make some changes to it. Let me take you back to that really quick. Now you do have some options in here when it comes to different ones you can make. You can put a picture in there, things like that. You can use a signature, you know, things that you wanted to say. You could do that. Of course, I have the Chinese ROM. That's why you're seeing that little Chinese stuff. But you can make your own signature and, you know, put something in here. You can use the analog clock here. You got different choices down here. Kaleidoscope. These kind of are animated a little bit. Then you got your digital choices down here. You got some more choices here, here, and here. I mean, they do give you a good amount of different ones you could use. I still like Samsung's better. That's just my opinion. But they do give you some options when it comes to the always on display with the Mi 11 Ultra. Next is the super wallpapers. Let's talk about the super wallpapers. I want to show you that really quick. Let me see, go to, let me see, wallpapers. I love these super wallpapers. I don't use them all the time because I like to see my display change all the time. So you scroll down here until you get to library super wallpapers. Click on that. And the first one is Snowy Peaks. So you get a chance to look at it, tap it, you see what it does, tap it again. Tap it again, it goes back. But boom, boom. I like that. So that's one of them. Let me see. Geometry. You can use this one. Boom. So that's what it looks like. This is my favorite. Saturn. This is by far my favorite one. I just love this. And you see how smooth it is? And then when you turn the phone, you can see the rocks move a little bit. So I like that one too. And let me see more. Press more. So you get home. Now you're gonna get Earth. It zooms in and it zooms in some more. And you could change where it lands. So you see down here it says landing position. They give you some different choices of where you want it to finally land after you completely zoom in. So they give you all these different choices. I'd choose this one because that's the one I like the best. But I liked this one here. It's nice. Boom, boom, and you right down there in the planet. Right down on the surface, I mean. Then you got Mars. Similar to Earth, it starts out, you get a little closer, and then you go all the way down to the surface. So super wallpapers are cool. Now, like I said, I don't use them only because I like to see something different every time I open my phone. And I'm using HD wallpapers, so I have it set on where the wallpapers change every minute. So that's what I prefer. But the super wallpapers are nice. I do use them sometimes. All right, let's talk about this beautiful display. 6.8 inches, Quad HD Plus, Super AMOLED display with HDR10 plus, 1700 nits peak brightness. This phone gets super bright. I love it because I always have my brightness on 100%. So I like a phone that's super bright. That's just how I like my display. Now, of course, next is the 120 hertz refresh rate. So you're getting super fast and super smooth experience when you're handling, when you're going in and out of apps and navigating the phone. It's going to be super fast and super smooth because of that 120 hertz refresh rate at Quad HD Plus resolution. Next is the IR Blaster. Now, the IR Blaster is underrated in my opinion. As you can see, I already got 4 TVs set up. This thing here is a godsend, especially when you go out of town and you're going into a hotel and you may not want to touch the remote. You don't have to worry about it. You got the remote right in your hand. Say you're in the gym and you want to change what's on the TV, or you're in a doctor's office and there's things on the TV you don't want to see, you could change the channel with this IR Blaster. And also, not only that, but you click here and you see all of these other things you can control from this phone. AC, fan, DVD player, projector, light bulb, camera, water heater, air purifier, AVC receiver, AC. It's not just about TVs. That's why I love the IR Blaster. That's something you may want to consider buying this device, because Samsung and LG used to have them. They got rid of them. Next is the dual stereo speakers tuned by Harman Kardon. These speakers are great. They're not touching the ROG 5, but these speakers are good. I really like the quality of sound I get out of them. I just wish they were just a little bit louder, I guess, with certain things. Now, it's funny. When I'm playing YouTube content, certain YouTube content is super loud, no issue. But then when I play certain movies, the volumes is not as loud. Some other movies are louder. So it's not really the speakers. I guess it's how the content was recorded. So you're not going to have an issue with the speakers on here. They sound really great. One of my favorite speakers on any device that I have. And you have a separate speaker on the top and on the bottom, separate from the earpiece. So you're going to get equal distribution type of sound when it comes to the dual stereo speakers on this device. Next is the battery life. 5,000 milliamp hours. I get a day and a half with moderate to heavy usage. Easily, battery life is no problem. Standby time is excellent. Really good. If I don't use the phone, I'm barely using any battery. It just sips on battery. So when it comes to battery, for me, my battery life is great. Day and a half, moderate to heavy usage. Super heavy, still get through a full day, and that's an 18-hour day for me. Full day with no problem. So battery life is no issue for me when it comes to this device. Is maybe something you may want to consider. But always keep in mind, battery life is subjective depending on how you use your device. If you're heavy into gaming, you may go through the battery a little faster. I don't know because I'm not a gamer. Next is the 67-watt super fast charging, 0 to 100% in 36 minutes. I'll say it again, 0 to 100% in 36 minutes. That's what I'm talking about when you use the word ultra. That's ultra. 67-watt super fast charging can charge your phone from 0 to 100% in just a little over half an hour. And that's not it. That's not even all of it. 67-watt wireless charging, 0 to 100% in 39 minutes. So the wireless charging is almost just as fast as the wired charging. Of course, you have to get their wireless charger in order to get these speeds. Just keep that in mind. And also, what even tops us off even better, 10-watt reverse wireless charging. 10 watts. Okay. Samsung, when they came out with the S20 Ultra, it was 9 watts, which I thought was good. But then as soon as they came out with the S21, they took it down to 4.5. I'm like, then with the S22 Ultra, 4.5, no improvement. And the wireless charge and the wired and the wireless charging speeds on the S22 Ultra is a joke to me. 45 watts, that's a joke. 15-watt wireless charging for an Ultra device? That should be unacceptable to most people out there, honestly, for a phone to call itself Ultra. Now, I guess Samsung is just calling the phone the Ultra because of the cameras. Because there's so much about that phone that's really not Ultra, in my opinion. Now, when it comes to battery charging animations, now I do apologize because I don't have my charging brick and everything set up for that. But you're going to get two different animations when you're charging it wirelessly and wired. Now, I did do a short video on about animations. Do animations matter on smartphones? I will put one of those little cards in this video so you can check it out. And you'll see the difference when it's charging wirelessly and when it's charging wired. You're going to get two different animations, which is real nice. And that matters to me because it makes the phone extra special. Makes it exciting. Like you can see, the way it's charging, like it's giving power to the phone. I think it's just cool, and I think it's just something extra where you feel like you're getting your money's worth. Next is the performance. Now, performance is definitely not an issue on this phone. Everything opens up super fast and super smooth. No issue whatsoever. I mean, just super smooth. I mean, just loving it. I mean, it's just fast, as you can see. So no issues when it comes. Look at that. No issues when it comes to performance. Like none. The phone is super fast and buttery, silky smooth. You'll love the performance of this phone. Snapdragon 888. All right. Now, people say, I know there's been issues that I guess people say that 888 heated up. Well, I haven't had that heat up issue with my device. I can't speak for what other people, went through with their device, but no heating issues with this device at all. None. Okay, I've never had any, and I've had this phone for almost a year. No heating issues at all. When it comes to software, of course, this phone is rocking Android 12. It's going to get Android 13. It's going to get, and it's also going to get 3 more years of MIUI updates, 3 more years, and 3 more years of security patches. Now, it's not going to get Android 14, but to me, that's irrelevant. Android 13 is cool, but the fact that they're going to continue to support their own software for 3 more years, plus 3 more years security patches, that's what matters to me. Not what Google brings out every year. That's really not that important to me. Are they going to support their own device with their own optimization? That's what I care about. And this phone is going to get that support. Next, 12 gigs of RAM. Now, RAM has not been the best for me on this device. I don't know if anybody else had that issue, but RAM has been an issue for me. So but it still has 12 gigs of RAM. Maybe the RAM may work. Maybe it's something I need to tweak in the settings to make it work a little bit better for me. That's something I have to look into, but it does come with 12 gigs of RAM. Next, IP68 water and dust resistance, so you don't have to worry about any damage due to dust or water. Next thing is second space. It's like having two phones in one. Let me go to that really quick so I can show you. Second space. Let me see. That would be in, I think, additional settings. Let me see. No, not additional settings. That would be in special features. There you go. Second space. Okay. Whoop. Let's see. Nope. Okay, so I'll put a pattern in. As you can see, two spaces, one device. Now you can see here that my home screen has completely changed. And you can see here, I'm using a different home screen altogether, as you can see. Now, what you do to get back to your original, now this is nice. It's like having two phones in one. Say if somebody want to use your phone, you don't want them to be into anything sensitive, go to second space, give them your phone, let them use it, let them play with it. No sensitive things in here, nothing's open, no cameras, no Facebook, no nothing. Everything is, half the stuff, I don't have nothing loaded up in here. It's just basically use the phone and be done with it. Then you just go back like this, you turn it off, hit your fingerprint sensor. Love that animation. Look what I'm back to. I'm back to my original wallpaper, original phone, everything. So second space is cool. I don't use it because I don't need it, but it's there if you need to use it. Charging brick is in the box, 67 watt, super fast charging. Now, not necessarily in the box, but if you get it through GiftStop, they give it to you as a free gift. So you will get the charger. Next, you also get a case in the box. Not the best case in the world, but a case nonetheless, so you could at least protect your device until you decide to get a different case. Next, the audio, 24-bit hi-fi DAC. It is awesome. It's just as good as the 32-bit hi-fi quad DAC that's in the LG V60, in my opinion. This one sounds actually a little bit better than that one, but they kind of neck and neck, but I'll give the slight edge to the Mi 11 Ultra for sound. That's my opinion and my opinion only. Next is the secondary display. That's this bad boy back here. Love it. I love that. And you think that's all it's good for? It is not. If you go into here, say you press that, as you can see, you can shoot video and take photos with that rear display. And you can shoot up to 8K video. So I love the secondary display. But let me give you some more stuff that it can do. Let me get to it. There's a setting right here for rear display. Here we go, rear display. So let me see. So now the only thing that I don't like is only can stay on for 30 seconds. I hope Xiaomi would change that at some point where we can leave it on all the time if we choose to, or at least longer than 30 seconds. That's just not long enough in my opinion, but I wish we could just keep it on all the time. So you can double tap to wake it. You get to show your notifications. And what that means is basically you'll get text messages. You can answer and reject phone calls. You can control your media. Say if you're listening to music, you can control your media with the rear display. Yeah, all this with the rear display. Now let me see. I'll pull it up. I got it full brightness. Okay, so when you open up, you can see in here, rear display. You can set it up with a clock. You can change the color. You can put a signature in here if you want to use a signature. You could put an image in here. I got an image down here. You can use that. Background, you can have little animations, things like that. If you want it to be more animated, you could change the colors. You can have the colors change automatically, which I have it set up. You get your time and you get your battery percentage all in this rear display. I mean, it's just so much you can do with this rear display. And this opens up a whole new world. Like I said, it's not just about, just the time, the date, the battery percentage. It does a whole lot more than that. And the last thing, which is number 28, is the cameras. Now you can see these cameras are huge, 120 times zoom, telephoto, I mean, I'm not getting into the text of it, the technical part of it. All I'm gonna say is this: when it comes to the cameras on this device, this is my best camera on all the devices that I have. Number 2 would be my Note 20 Ultra. This camera is unbelievable. I've already done 2 dedicated videos showing photos and videos of this camera. So I can put those up here too, or at the end of the video. You can see them for yourself. The cameras on this device can hold up to any phone out there right now. Even the S22 Ultra, yes, it could hold its own. It could hold its own easily. Even the night photos, no issues with this camera whatsoever. Only problem I have, that there's no 4K on the front camera. That I have a problem with, because this is the Ultra device. This device is very expensive, and not to have any 4K on the front camera, to me, is inexcusable. I mean, at least 4K at 30, but it should have 4K at 60, just like Samsung. So I don't know why every year that Xiaomi puts out a premium device and there's never any 4K on the front camera. I don't understand that. That's something they really need to change. But those were the 28 reasons why you may want to consider the Mi 11 Ultra. You are getting the complete package. Only 3 things are missing for me when it comes to this device. No headphone jack, no expandable memory, and no 4K on the front camera. That's it. Other than that, this thing has everything. It has a great display. It has great cameras. It has great build quality, great button placement, great face unlock, really good always on display, fingerprint sensor, super wallpapers. The display is absolutely phenomenal. 120 hertz refresh rate, fast and smooth, IR blaster, dual stereo speakers, big giant 5,000 milliamp battery. Battery life is excellent. 67 watt wired and wireless charging, 10 watt reverse wireless charging, different battery animation charging things when you deal with the animations when you're charging your battery. The performance is off the hook. Software is great. I mean, they can improve on the software, make things a little more organized. 12 gigs of RAM, IP68 water and dust resistance, second space, charging brick in the box, case in the box, great audio, secondary display, and great cameras. You're getting it all with the Mi 11 Ultra. So thank you for taking time to view this content. I do appreciate it. Hope everybody out there is staying safe and staying well. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.